New for you at noon. Police in Ramsey County are investigating after a body was found. The body belongs to a man in his 60s from Grand Forks. Nelson says he was fishing on the shore and somehow ended up in the lake. No word yet on what led up to his death or how exactly he died. His name is being withheld until his family can be notified. Well, new information on the COVID vaccine front. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, along with leading public health experts, has released the Biden administration's plan for COVID-19 booster shots. The joint statement says that while the vaccines continue to be effective in reducing the risk of time, the plan would offer a booster dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. Rollout is set to begin the week of September 20th. Healthcare workers, nursing home and residents, and other seniors would likely be first to get a booster. The experts anticipate booster shots will eventually be needed for people who received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green to see what we can expect. Hey, Lisa.
Good afternoon. We do have some big changes, and a first alert weather day may come with some severe weather. And here's a look at our risk. This is again for Friday, so it's a level 2 out of 5 risk, and then marginal surrounding that, one step down in our risk levels there, including Grand Forks. So we're looking at an all hazards event, the potential for an isolated tornado, winds that are damaging, and hail that could be an inch or greater, and potentially producing some strong to severe storms. So we're watching for that. Leading up to this, we've got more of the same. More heat, more wind. You see our flags blow. Going to be soaring back into the 90s, and right now we're well into the upper 80s. In Fargo, 88 degrees. It feels more like the 90s right now when we factor in the humidity, so our heat index is higher than that. It's also 88 in Thief River and Bemidji. Grand Forks checking in at 86 degrees. Until then, more of this. 90-degree temperatures, a high of 93 in Fargo and 94 in Grand Forks today, with that wind accompanying it coming up for this afternoon. So more on those big changes up to it, but we get some relief ahead for the weekend.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lisa. So the counties can now get help from the federal government. The Ag Secretary, Wilkin, Norman, Becker, and Otter Tail counties in our area. A way for renters in North Dakota struggling to pay their utility bills. The program has assisted over 1,700 North Dakotans. Website, valleynewslive.com. Well, going back to school, parents. Students at Minnesota schools have another way of letting authorities know that something bad might happen at school. The Minnesota BCA tips on threats at school. Students can stay anonymous in their tips, and the BCA will work with local authorities and the school district to figure out after militants opened fire on anti-Taliban protesters in Afghanistan, 90 miles west of Kabul, the capital. More than a dozen people there. When Taliban militant at the scene called the protesters. See tonight, Cass County deputies and rural fire and EMS will be conducting an active shooter training at Central Cass School. It's expected to bring some new U.S. citizens in a uniquely Fargo way. Tuesday's night, the 15 new citizens will gather around home plate while taking the oath of allegiance, and then Chief Judge Pete Welt will throw out the first pitch. The game kicks off at 7 at Newman Field. Well, Minnesota State University Moorhead is set to welcome back their students on activities. Welcome Week is used to welcome students, especially nervous freshmen, to the Dragon campus. This creates an environment for students to not only make new friends, but learn their way around the campus. This is also a great icebreaker for students that are arriving to college for the very first time.
There's no great advice besides what I always tell the students is you're all really awkward right now.
Staff, faculty, and alumni will help new students move in their residence halls starting tomorrow between 9 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Well, coming up at noon, children are dying after another dangerous TikTok challenge has been launched. Advocates are asking for TikTok to add better